Have you ever had one of those experiences that changed your life forever? Something that was so impactful, really difficult, or maybe something that may have marked a new chapter in your life? I did. In fact, that whole experience lasted for an entire year.
525,600 minutes.
But I'm getting ahead of myself. My name is Daniel, but you can call me Daniel-san.
Daniel-san. Daniel-san.
I grew up in Georgia, studying a branch of Taekwondo that comes from Tung Sudo, as well as Shotokan Karate. I currently hold a 5th degree black belt, and martial arts continues to be one of my greatest passions in my life. You know, it'd be a dream come true to do martial arts as a living. Sadly though, I was always under the impression that it really wasn't a good career option. Pretty much the half of the kung fu movies that I've watched growing up starred poor and starving martial arts masters. So, my plan was to major in exercise and physiology, to prepare myself to go to grad school for physical therapy, and to go from there. I felt like that would be a really fun and rewarding career path that I could take. So I did the high school thing. I served a 2-year mission for my church in the San Fernando Valley in California. I went off to college in Rexburg, Idaho, and while I was there, I got to travel to China, which was a dream come true for me. I was a volunteer English teacher there. Things seemed to have been going pretty good. But then
everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
The year was 2016, and it hit me like a falcon punch straight to my face. I was newly married to the love of my life, and I was finishing up the last few years of college. This is where my future was really gonna count, especially now that I was preparing to provide for a family. I was faced with 2 prerequisite classes, chemistry and physics. Like a genius mad lad that I was, I decided to save those classes for my senior year.
Absolute mad lad!
So I took these classes, and I gave it my all. I took notes, I studied, I even got extra help from tutors, from the free tutors that they provided at my university. My best efforts, even after everything that I could, still wasn't good enough. I failed physics 1 and 2 each 1 time each, and I failed general chemistry twice in a row. All of this was so new to me. I was an A and B student in high school. All the other college courses that I take up until then, I felt like I did pretty good, and even generally harder classes like anatomy and physiology. But physics and chemistry seemed to be different, at least for me. Because of my performance in those classes, my so-called solid plan to go into physical therapy was pretty much fading away. Almost like Thanos just snapped his fingers or something. Regardless of any kind of success that I may have had in the past, this time I felt like a complete and utter failure. This hit me so hard. It unearthed horrible amounts of anxiety, stress, and depression. I was becoming so angry and frustrated. Why in the hell did I need to know how to balance an ionic equation in order to help someone walk again after they got knee surgery? Alright, Mr. Johnson, don't worry, everything will be okay, especially since I remember those solubility rules, like that all nitrates are soluble, all acetates are soluble except for silver acetate, which is moderately soluble. Oh yeah, we're getting you walking in no time. Thank goodness for my chemistry knowledge. Why do I need to calculate the trajectory of a ball shot out of a cannon in order to help someone heal from a shoulder impingement? Alright, buddy, just relax. I made sure to make the correct calculations of your horizontal position of your arm. With my massager, I'm making sure to get the tangent of the launch angle and the acceleration due to gravity, and your arm will be in a perfect trajectory for success and healing. There were days in class where I just felt so horribly anxious and depressed that I physically got up and ran out of there.
running? Why are you running?
There were days where I didn't feel like leaving my bed. I felt tired all the time. I felt so moody. I would study. I would go to tutoring. I would do everything that I could. But it seemed like all my efforts just still weren't good enough. I felt like I was in a constant state of helplessness. Never in my life did I feel like that I needed professional help. But this pushed me over the edge, and I decided to seek mental health counseling. Thankfully enough, my counselors were able to give me much needed perspective. I had to have the hard discussion of talking about my future and about where I could go from here. Becoming a physical therapist at this point would mean a heck of a lot more school and probably a lot more other hard classes like I was taking right now. I did not want to do that. The route I was taking just really wasn't a good fit for me. My counselor compared it to the situation of like a short person wanting to become a basketball player.
Make me like Mike.
Sure, you want that guy to succeed, and he very well could be, but was the road going to be easy? Was it going to be a good fit? Probably not. He said that I perhaps needed to reevaluate myself and ask myself what was really going to make me happy. What was I really passionate about? The only thing I could think of was martial arts. It made me happy, and I was passionate about it, but I couldn't possibly make a living out of it. I mean, think about all those martial arts and kung fu masters I saw in the movies. They were broke AF. This is when my counselor told me about a study of perceived happiness as it relates to household salary in the United States. He challenged me to guess the amount a household makes per year as it relates to happiness and when it plateaus, or when it pretty much doesn't matter if you make even more than that. I initially guessed 80,000. Lower, he said. Okay, how about 50,000? Lower, he said. No way. 30,000? And he said lower. Apparently, according to this study that he was citing, someone could be as happy as someone who's filthy rich with as low as $25,000 per year. Now, are there other studies that say otherwise? Sure. Is it hard to measure perceived happiness in general? Sure, definitely. But I think the point that he was trying to make is that money and my salary wasn't going to be the thing that makes me happy or solves all of my problems. What was really going to make me happy in the long run was taking care of myself physically, mentally, and most importantly, spiritually. The thing that was going to feed my spirit was doing what I truly was passionate about and made me happy. Martial arts. I'm so happy to report today that I'm currently working as a head martial arts instructor at a local school in my town. Because of the experiences that I had and where I am today, it inspired me to share all of these things with you. This is why my channel exists today. All my life, I kept trying to conform to what other people wanted for me, what society thought was good for me. Go into healthcare, they said. It's a lot more stable, there's a demand for it, you can't make a living out of martial arts. These were the kind of phrases that spun in my head and that people told me. Was it true? Maybe. But what was really gonna make me happy in the end? And today, I ask myself, what can I do to make a difference for others, for you? The answer to this was being true to myself and helping you be true to yourself. Dojo means place of the way, or in other words, a place where you can learn, grow, and work on yourself. This mostly applies to martial arts or meditation, but I want it to mean more than that. My dojo was always a special place. Not only a place to work on my martial arts and my training, but a place where I could be myself, to do something that I truly loved. This channel is a place for you. A place for you to work on yourself, to help yourself grow, and to learn and discover things for yourself. Initially, I had many different ideas on what I wanted to call this channel. I thought of catchy fun names like the Great Saiyaman,
I am the unmitigated champion of justice, who tolerates no evil. Great Saiyaman at your service.
or One Stop Sensei, or Mojo Dojo.
Curses.
As fun and catchy as these names were, it didn't quite catch the message that I was wanting to send on my channel. Then that's when it hit me. Your dojo. Not a place for my things or my knowledge or my channel things, but a place for you. A place for your growth, in your learning, in your entertainment. So, whether this is your first time here, or if you've been on my channel for a while, from the bottom of my heart, I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for watching and hearing my story. Without further ado, let me welcome you to your dojo.